I want to give you this really fast, folks. I mentioned in the first hour that black on black crime is out of control, especially in Chicago. And you can podcast that show and listen to what's going on. And I want you to know that black people don't care about one another. Black Lives Matter, the black politicians, the liberal media, others, the Democrats don't care about black people. So when you hear them crying racism, they're lying to you. They're only trying to get power and wealth for themselves. They do not care about black people. This is from the New Observer. Protesters topple Silent Sam Confederate statue at the University of North Carolina. Fighting and rioting. Watch and listen.
There are no monuments to the countless acts of resistance against UNC's racism and against Silent Sam. They have tried to hide the history of resistance on this campus by putting the single monument to the black people who built it and continue to keep it running underneath a table sinking into the dirt.
So they're supposed to be upset over a statue, Silent Sam's Confederate statue at the University of North Carolina. My question is, yesterday I talked about how we've lost the cultural war. Parents, why have you paid to send your children to the public schools to be brainwashed in this manner? Why didn't you love your children enough to homeschool them, send them to a private school, or just make them go to work so they can hold on to their common sense? These people don't, this is not racist. These people don't go down in the hood and protest. They can tear down every statue in this country. Black people will still, not all, but most will still be screwed up. They would just find something else to complain about so that they can pretend to be victims and not take responsibility for their own lives. And white parents, you have sacrificed your children to this. Your children have been brainwashed in these universities to believe in this lie. And you have paid thousands of dollars for it. Isn't this amazing? We have lost, most people who are on the side of good now are now slaves to the children of the lie by the way of fear, intimidation, brainwashing. They have demoralized you, and now you're subject to them, to evil, rather than evil being subject to you, to good. Amazing stuff. It's amazing to me that how black, godless people, those blacks who are on the side of evil, and not all blacks are on the side of evil, but most are, that they can have an influence on white folks and others in the manner that they are having in this great country. That white people fall for the lie and they are willing to destroy the greatest country on this side of heaven based on lies. And these protests about the Confederate flag and Confederate statues and monuments are all lies. Black people are not affected by those things at all. Black people are affected because they're coming from destructive homes. They hate their mothers. They're yearning for their fathers. And that's not going to change by destroying the history of this great nation. This over at the University of North Carolina, toppling Silent Sam Confederate statue, it's not going to change anything. It's going to make these angry, evil people find something else to destroy. Why do you let these people into your university? They're very destructive. They're not there to learn. They're not there to enhance. You're letting the people of color get in order to destroy. It's the darndest thing I ever seen in my life. We played soundbite one on the fighting and rioting there at the University of North Carolina. They started chanting against police and covering the statue.
Who do you serve? Who do you protect?
Back up, we want freedom.
Look at 'em.
All these racist cops, we don't need them. Back up, we want freedom. What goes up must come down. Tear these statues down. Stand up, fight back. Stand up, fight back.
A bunch of lesbians and other things out there. They toppled the statue at night.
Your statue, Chan. I'm glad we can work it out. It'll take a second. They're gonna take a second. One day.
And look at the cops standing by helpless. Because if they got involved and arrested these thugs, wild animals, then the cops would lose their careers. You know, I've said it once, and I've said it 1,000 times, and I will continue to say it until it changes. I want you to name me one location, one city, state, university where black people have gone and enhanced it. I really want to know. You're letting these people in based on affirmative action, not because they're earning it, but because of their color, and they're bringing their bad behavior, their lack of character with them, and they're destroying everything that's good. And rather than repudiating these folks, what do white people do? They join in with them, thinking that, oh, if I help blacks destroy, they're going to love me. No, they won't. The statue was put up more than 100 years ago by university alumni and the United Daughters of the Confederacy in 1913 as a memorial to Confederate alumni who lost their lives in the Civil War. That's how Silent Sam Confederate statue got there. And now some trashy, evil, dirty people who came from failing parents is allowed to destroy the great history of this country. It reminds us of how far America has come in doing the right thing, making amends for mistakes the country has made. Now we can't be reminded because these animals are allowed to destroy. What a sad way to live. A sad, sad, sad way to live because the people of good will not take a stand.